Hi everyone, welcome to day 3 of how to create a PC portrait for your table tent or character sheet. So today I'm going to be coloring things in with the Derwent Inktense Blocks. I can't seem to find my Inktense pencils, but rather than not have a video for you guys, I thought, well, let me solve the problem and figure out how I can use the Inktense blocks. So I'm using them a little bit differently. I've taken a sheet of paper and basically scribbled on a bunch of like heavily pigmented areas. And so what my intent is, my idea is that I'm going to paint them in. Basically, I'm going to pick up the color with my water brush and then paint it in. So let's get started. Okay, I want to start with the lighter colors first. So I actually want to start with this. I got this bright green because I want his. I want the eyes to look like they're glowing a little bit, and I think this is going to be what gives it to me. So I'm going to come through, get it. So I want to think about where is the green going to end up in terms of highlights. Where is it going to reflect into? I'm not entirely sure how this is going to work out, but I think it should work. So I also want a little bit of this green in these back tentacles. So let's put that in there. It's a very light green, so it should work pretty well. You can put it in, give me some more pigment in the back tentacles. I'm going to come through with an even darker green on this. Make sure I can get enough water into this brush so that it can pull up the pigment. But then I think, so one thing I'm not sure of is if I'm going to have to do a bunch of different layers of this, because I think it's going to go on a little bit lighter, and since the pigment isn't on the page, I'm thinking that it might not be as bright, but if it works out, this might be the new way I do them, right? So, okay, so I want to try and clear off as much of this green as I can from my water brush, and I'm going to pick up some of this yellow because I want the yellow of his, like basically the edges of these sleeves to be yellow. And I also want the edge of his cowl yellow. I'm going to try and work from light to dark to hopefully avoid creating too many areas of problematic zones. So, because now that I've got that yellow, I'm going to actually pick up some more of that green again. Got some of this green. I forgot there's a tentacle back here. And there's one, I think, back here too. Let's get some of that darker green in there. Make sure I got enough water on here. So I'm using these a little bit like watercolor. Through. It might mean that I have to do a few more, maybe wait a little bit for some of this to dry, but I think it's going to work. So let's get some of those. I got to make sure I get a lot of water. So I want to get the green out of there. Let's get the, okay, I think I'm going to come through with it. I decided I'm going to give him I'm going to try and go for a little bit of a red hair. Go with this yellow first, kind of pull up these highlights, and I've got some orange here, kind of mix it a little bit. Go through. Completely decided what the background color is going to be for the sky area. But I think it's going to be some kind of a dark reddish tone. Kind of like it's maybe the creatures are, the old ones are waking up. So you can see how much lighter this is if the color was on the page itself. But I think it's going to be an interesting effect once I'm done. So, but you get the idea. Because these are Inktense colors, once they're dry, they shouldn't move around too much. Get a lot more orange on here. Fill in. The basement seems pretty dry today, so I think I shouldn't have to wait too long for things to be dry enough to paint next to avoid any kind of bleeding. Let's get some more of that yellow. Get some. Lighter here. Okay, the next color. Gotta get some more of this water out of here. Change this over. I want to get his some of his skin tones, and I think I picked a skin tone that will work. With the colored pencils, I use a color called Baked Earth for Caucasian skin tone. And I'm not sure, with the Inktense blocks, the problem is it's really hard to tell if you're actually, whatever the color is. There's not, I guess there's probably a list of, and you can look at the number. Each block has a number on it. But, they're not the easiest to read all the time. Let's get this. There. Let's get his hand. I think though that okay, I've got this next color down. I thought might be a good kind of a ruddy shadow. Let's see. I don't really want to try and mix like a green. This is what I would do if I was painting. I don't necessarily want a green in there, just because it seems like it'd be kind of rough. That go. Now I'm going to come through, try and clear this off, clean my brush off again. And that's probably the hardest part about this, is making sure the brush is clean. Okay, now let's come through with some purples. I want his cowl and robe to be purple. Gotta kind of be aware of where your brush is going, just so that you don't leave a big line. And concentrating. I love the dead air, right? So going forward, I think one of the things I've been thinking about is I think I want to try and paint more. So I think I'm gonna try and do some kind of a thing similar to what I did with the daily drawing challenge, but do it with painting. So and I'm gonna stick at least in the beginning. I'm going to stick with like fairly easy media to clean up or put down. So probably watercolor and gouache. So opaque watercolor, maybe try not to color over that guy too much. Let's come through with, let's give it some more, a little bit, I got some bluish tones. Let's see if I can come through. Give it a little bit more of a model it a little bit better. Where this, how dark stuff can go. I guess I want it to be so purple it's almost black. Then let's put, get some, clean off the brush a little bit more. I want some kind of, maybe this is kind of reddish. A little bit of a red tone. Okay. Okay, let's see if I can wipe this off a little bit. Clean this brush. Okay, I realized that I want his book to be kind of like it's a weathered leather. Like skin tone stuff too. So let's kind of get this over here. Oh, we've got that color on our brush. The detail. Rough them out. Get some colors in here. I think because the pages are a little bit colored in there too. Maybe a little yellow. Okay. Now I'm going to come through, clean this brush off a little bit. I'm going to come through with, I think this is Payne's Gray. I'm going to kind of shade in some zones, give it some extra depth. So underneath his mustache, create a little bit of a shadow there. Let's get the tentacles in the background. Then we'll go back. Drop them back a little bit more. This one. Create some darker folds. His robe. Real dark underneath his mustache. Super dark. I don't know if I necessarily want it to be too dark. Stick some water in there. Make some mud. Really clean off the brush right now. I want to get some of these oranges to be more orange. Right now, I feel like there's too much paper showing through. These are kind of like using watercolors. I think I definitely right now at this point I prefer the pencils, at least when coloring a character like this, because of the control and the amount of pigment you can push into an area. So you're learning right along with me. Let's get this darker. Get some points here that I want to up in there. Let's get this a little bit of orange mixed in, but let's get some of this stuff to look more metal-like. Get the whole chain. Points. Let's see. I think I'm going to take some of this yellow, create a new zone of pigment so I can go into it. This brush clean. All the ink out of it. All right, get some more yellow. Come through. Lay it on about as thick as I can so I can get that to really look pigmented. Okay. Now, what can I do here? Let's come through with a little bit more of this skin tone stuff. Shading going. Some more of this kind of skin tone. Make sure they looks colored as opposed to. All right, now the background. I think. Get this kind of dark reddish tone. I'm not sure if I want to use it though. I'm just going to kind of keep using it more with this look. I typically just make it look like there's a sky blue sky behind them. And I wonder if that's what I should do here. I want to make it too dark. But it is kind of cool that it is, let's see, I got a black here, almost. Yeah, I'm gonna just go with the dark. Okay. So with this, it's gonna be difficult to kind of get that gradient down. As the pigment comes off the brush, it should lighten up for me. That's going to be pretty cool. Let's make it a little darker at the top. I don't want it to be a real solid color, but I'd like it to be relatively smooth gradient. Kind of keeping pressure on the pen to make sure the water kind of keeps coming out. You can see how it leaves a little bit of a line. So let's make sure it at least follows kind of his. Oh, at least it's a consistent line, right? It's coming up from the depths, the dark, the underdark. Alright, that looks pretty good. I think I want to darken up that back though, more with this corner. There we go. A little muddy on the his mustache and beard. Let's see if I can get another little bit more of a orange to pop forward. Scribble some more orange. I'm gonna try and switch brushes just because this one seems to have a lot of dirt on it. Let's switch this one up. Make sure it's got water in it. And okay, give me some orange. Yeah, the paint's great, just didn't work with that orange too well. That's okay, I think this is working out. Some more of that yellow. Okay, I'm gonna get some of that dark green. I'm trying to fill in some spots at this point. Got some green that needs to be filled in back here. Too much water coming out right now. You can hear my sister's dog upstairs. He's trying to tell him that it is time to play. And you guys have been at work all day, been at school all day. So let's play. Oops. Just to come through a little bit better. So I definitely am going to try and find my pencils. I don't know what I did with them. It's driving me a little nuts. But you know, gotta know. Sometimes you got to test things out too, so you can see, hey, is this going to work? If I can't find my pencils, I'm going to have to order some. This could work in a pinch, but I don't know if I'd want to be doing this at a convention. Okay. Now, I think I want this other book here. Pull some other shadows going. kind of want, let's see, kind of want it to glow a little bit too, but I think I'm gonna go with just kind of trying to darken the background, just kind of a lot, just to make the book pop forward more. Right now it's shiny because of the water. A lot of water coming off of this brush. So sometimes that's the thing about these. You got to kind of get one that you is certain juiced at a certain rate, and then you get one that's like this, where you're like, okay, maybe that wasn't the best of ideas. Sure didn't pop. Let's get some more color, some blue in there. Definitely a learning experience this time around. Okay. I'll put some pinkish tones in here. Oh, I'm pink. Too dirty. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to stop fussing with this. All right. I think that's it. Now I just need to sign it. Of course, I don't know where my pen is. I'm very organized. You get back from a convention and then things just go all goofy on you. So let's see. I'm going to sign it with just to the side with a red pen, with a red pencil. People will know it's me. And let's fill it in. See if this one's any cleaner. And then just kind of basically trace over it. Oh! Yep, definitely some water coming out of these brushes. So, hey, thanks a lot, everybody. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed what I did today. And tomorrow, I'm gonna probably just, I'm just gonna grab some stuff and paint, and let's see how that goes. And if you have any suggestions, please let me know down below in the comments. If you'd like to see, if you've missed part 1 and part 2 of this series, I'm going to put links at the end, so it'll probably be over here. It depends on which has more space, my left or my right. So yeah, but thanks. Please be sure to give me a like if you're so inclined. Share this with your friends. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And thanks a lot, everybody. Hey, if you can give somebody a reason to smile, you just might get to smile too. So thanks a lot, everyone. Love you all. Bye.